Hey everyone, the name is Eric Thor and welcome to this INFJ Pet Peeves video where I talk about the major issues that INFJs can have, the most major frustrations that I have as an INFJ. But before I start about this, let's talk about our new Patreon channel. Our Patreon channel is where you can go to become a contributor to the Neo Jungian Academy. And what it means to be a contributor is you get the chance to be a part of our certification process, you get the chance to become later on a part of our team, where you, just as me, can be a Neo Jungian, where you can use our theory just as well as we do. Now, let's get started. I think the worst thing for an INFJ, one of the major things brought up, is when you know what the right answer is to something, but other people don't listen. When you find yourself in a group sitting with the right answer and you realize nobody will listen, and when you do share the right answer, you find yourself getting shrugged off. People dismiss you, and later on, they found out you were right all along. I think all intuitives have this sometimes. You clearly seen it, and I think the worst thing, I guess, isn't when other people don't listen, but I think the worst thing is when you don't listen to yourself, when you can see yourself having the right answer, but you don't stand up for it, you don't act on it, you don't muster the willpower to get your vision true. And when you later on find out, oh, I should have pressured it harder, I should have brought it up, I should have told people, but I didn't. I think that's one of the major ones. INFJs so often fault themselves more for what they didn't say than what they did say. I think one of the things I notice is I frustrate myself a lot more than I'm frustrated by other people. I'm more frustrated by the things I don't do than the things I do, and I guess this can apply to a lot of introverts. I think I often get angry also over things like when I get angry over something silly and I realize it's silly, but still I get angry over it and I don't really understand why. I get angry when I spot myself doing something hypocritical, or when I spot myself doing something that goes against my values and what I feel is right. Sometimes I can have this idea in my head about the right way to do things, but sometimes it's hard to apply in reality. And sometimes when I apply it in reality, I find out later it didn't really apply, it wasn't really right. I think one of my major pet peeves is when I know I have the answer to a question, but I don't act on it. I can't formulate it. I can't even describe it, because I don't know how to describe it. I only know I have an answer, but I don't know what the answer is. I can just feel the answer on my tip of my tongue, but it's not coming out, and I'm not able to think about it. I think one of my major pet peeves is when my mind stands still and I know I should be thinking, and I realize I don't know how to think. Why can't I think? Like, what can't I put in words, my thoughts? Somehow it seems like I get stuck too easily on one word or one phrase, and I keep repeating it over and over, and my mind just doesn't run, it doesn't boot up, and I'm sitting there. And yeah, it's not working. I think one of my major struggles in life is when I'm asked to make a decision about something that I find to be simple or tedious, like clothes or practical matters that I couldn't really give a darness about. I think the worst thing there is like when you have to somehow boot up your major problem-solving process to make a decision about something so simple as what to wear in the morning. And when you have to, it can feel like booting up the Large Hadron Collider to try to boil an egg. It feels like a giant waste of resources. And now I'm not saying my mind is a Large Hadron Collider. If it is, it's a Large Hadron Collider of unnecessary technical implementations. Seriously, my mind is a big machine of buttons. I have no idea what these buttons do, and I try not to press too many of them because often it just blows stuff up. And generally, my mind is just too complicated for me to control it properly. I think one of my pet peeves is like when I have a vision of doing something awesome. Like I can imagine myself doing something perfect. I have the perfect idea for an article, the perfect idea for a video. And then I record this video, and what comes out, it's like it goes from being the words of a magical poet to being SpongeBob SquarePants. I'm sitting there and I'm spouting bullshit, and I'm like, but I had such a good concept, I had such a good vision. Why does it not become a good video? It makes absolutely no sense how I can think it, but I can't say it. I think when I get some kind of weird thoughts into my head and I have no idea where this thought came from to begin with, like, how did this stupid song get stuck in my head? How did this weird thought even come in here? It does not belong here. Go away. I think when I overall see myself wanting to get my mind to run, but it can't. Obviously, minds aren't like that simple. The creative process is definitely something you can't rush. It's not something you can pressure forward. You can't force creativity. And when you do, what comes out tends to be bullshit. And I think like creativity and everything surrounding it is also my major, just as it's my major inspiration, it's my major frustration in life. Because I have so many ideas I want to share, so many thoughts I want to speak out for. Sorry, but I realize I don't have enough time to do it. I would need to invent several other me's that would do it, but then they would have ideas as well, and that wouldn't work out anyways. And I find myself having great ideas, or having the beginning of great ideas, usually the beginning of great ideas. And I don't have enough time to develop all of it. I don't have enough time to make sure that it all becomes what it deserves to be. And perhaps that's my most major frustration. I have had so many ideas, and then I've seen, and I haven't acted on these ideas, and then I've seen other people act on them. And I've seen other people make these businesses, and I've seen other people succeed in that. And I realized, wow, I could have done that. At moments like that, I tried to trust in my creative process again, realizing that I didn't explore these ideas because they weren't my ideas. I didn't explore these ideas because they weren't my idea. Like, it wasn't my bigger idea, my bigger picture. It didn't fit. And so I should take pride in the fact that we are all a million of intuitives all over the world working together, having our own ideas and exploring our own projects. And everyone is doing their own thing. And I should be able to focus on my thing. Focus on the things that I want to do. Focus on the idea that I have, that I'm so passionate about, that even if I tried, I wouldn't be able to escape it. That's all for now. I hope you enjoyed this Pet Peeves video. If you did, leave a like, share, subscribe, do whatever you want to do. Thank you all for watching this video. My name's Eric Thor, and I approve of this message.